Hey everyone, this is Kevin Shriver from Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs. I hope you're doing well, and thanks for watching. How long should you walk your puppy? Very good question. There is no hard and fast rule, obviously, for how long to walk any particular dog. This coincides with the question of how much exercise should my dog get. It obviously depends on the energy level and the development and the personality of your specific dog. But as it relates to puppies, you have to be careful with this one, just of a couple reasons, mainly because of their physical development. In general, puppies between 8 and 11 weeks are very, very low key. They usually sleep a lot. They don't really do too much. But towards the end of 11 weeks and into 12 weeks, you'll see their personality start coming out very rapidly. When they're at 8, 9, and 10 weeks, you don't want to push them too far with exercise, or at least farther than you would think would be acceptable for an infant animal. Basically, what I suggest people to do is between 8 to 11 weeks, 8 to 10 weeks, you're going to think about the walks are going to be about 15 minutes when you put them on the leash and you get them outside. About 15 minutes is kind of the limit for those small puppies. As I've said before, you should be focusing more on keeping the schedule and a routine with your puppy and also working on potty training. If you attempt to walk too much, too far, you'll run the risk of tiring out the dog too much, which isn't a bad thing. But you may potentially hurt the dog if you push it too hard, if you ask it to walk too far when it's too young. So I'm not saying you can't walk the dog for 20 minutes, a half an hour. You have to just watch and make sure you're not hurting the dog, you're not pulling it. Its pads are more sensitive, so if it's hot outside, it's even more challenging on the dog physically. So just be conscious of the climate, because everything affects the puppy a lot more. Everything affects a child a lot more than it does an adult. The magic key to be conscious of when you take a puppy out is that you want to have your puppy exit your house, go for a walk, and then come back to your house or apartment on its own power. A big mistake that I see people making is they will pick the dog up and carry it most of the way. That is not exercising your dog. That is just carrying your dog around. And you want to tell your dog that when we go for a walk, you are on the leash, you are walking, and you have to return on the same power. A lot of times people will take the dog to a dog park, get it super pooped out, and then the dog just lays down. Again, they lose track of time, lose track of the puppy's energy, and the dog lays down and they're like, oh my gosh, my dog doesn't want to move, so they pick it up and they carry it back home. Not terrible, but I would highly suggest not doing that, because you want to make sure that the dog can walk back on its own power, because if you don't, you will start training it that it can go out and do whatever it wants to do, and then you are going to kind of clean up the mess, so to speak, not really giving any boundaries and responsibilities. Make sure to save some energy with the puppy. Pull it away from the playtime if it's getting too much or out of hand, and say, hey, we need to walk back, and make the puppy walk back to your house when you are done. So any amount of exercise is okay to do. What you do is make sure the dog can walk in and out of the house on its own power on the leash. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. As always, this is Kevin Shriver from Downtown Pittsburgh Dogs. Thank you for watching.